Hello and welcome to my little bookish corner of the internet. My name's Harriet. Today I'm going to be doing a spoiler-free review for Conversations with Friends by Sally Rooney. I recently read Normal People by Sally Rooney and really enjoyed it. I will leave my review down below so you can go and check that out. So after enjoying that and kind of getting used to Rooney's writing, I thought I would start with the one that seems to be the least popular and the least hyped of the two. I managed to find this at a charity shop. I do have it on the Kindle as well because I did buy it in the 99p sale. I didn't actually read any of this on the Kindle because I could not put this book down, so I did end up reading it all as the physical one. But if you didn't know the storyline behind this, we are following a lady called Frances and essentially following her relationships and friendships as she kind of moves through life and figures out who she is. She's not had the easiest life ever. There's definitely some very dark parts of this novel, but the main story is her falling for this guy that is married and their communication with each other and kind of where things go from there. I don't want to say too much because I don't want to ruin it if you don't know what happens, but this is definitely a very kind of relevant and up-to-date novel, which I don't read a lot of, but sometimes I do fall for the hype like I did with Normal People. I did end up liking that, so that's why I thought I would continue with Rooney's writing, and I'm very glad that I did. So this is definitely a very raw and gripping look into someone's life. It feels very realistic. I always feel that Rooney's characters feel like they could actually exist and they have conversations that feel very genuine as well. In terms of the conversations, no, there are no speech marks. I don't understand why either, but it doesn't really seem to bother me. Like, it's Rooney's choice to do that, so it's whatever really. But yeah, it didn't take me out of the story at all. There were some times when I was like, is the person talking or is this a monologue? But it wasn't all the time. It was only certain parts of the book and it didn't affect me at all really. So yeah, it didn't bother me. But yeah, the conversations feel like they could actually happen and the people within the novel feel like they actually existed as well. Even though we're following people that maybe are a bit morally grey, there are people like that in the world. I think that's what makes it feel so realistic, is that the characters are flawed in their own ways and they're not all the same, which is saying something because there are a lot of characters in this, like secondary characters. So it's surprising that they don't feel the same as the ones in Normal People because some of the topics that are discussed are quite similar, but I feel like all the characters are their own, which is really cool. In terms of the kind of toxic aspect of people's personalities, that is definitely in here, but it's going to be like a personal preference thing, I think, and it didn't make me hate the characters. I still enjoy reading about them. I just maybe would not get on with them if they actually existed in real life, and I didn't really like the main relationship that was in here because of the way that it came about. It's just not something that I enjoy, but I don't read a lot of romance novels anyway, so it didn't bother me too much. And I understand that the things that happen in this do happen in real life as well. I'm very grateful that I don't have to deal with that, thankfully. But yeah, I'm just saying that I personally didn't enjoy their relationship just because of how it was. I did really like the writing style. I think that Rooney's writing is very easy to follow, and like I say, it feels very kind of modern. I wouldn't say it's particularly like poetic or beautiful or anything like that, but it just feels very real. It's almost like you're following like a reality TV show or something like that. In terms of how dark the book is, there are definitely some content warnings. So there's mention of suicide, there's a lot of mention of self-harm and sexual violence. So just keep that in mind before you pick this up, because I didn't realise that. But overall, I really enjoyed it. Like I say, I couldn't put it down. I find novels like this to be quite gripping, similar to authors like Taylor Jenkins Reid. I think I said that in my Normal People review as well. I just find them very interesting and very easy to get through. But yeah, I can't say a lot more about this book without spoiling the plot, but I really do think you should read it if you're interested. I did actually prefer it to Normal People personally, but it got the same rating from me, which is a 4-star rating. It's not quite 5-star because I didn't like that relationship, and sometimes I really didn't like the main character, but other than that, I really had a good time with it, and I probably will reread it in the future. If you have read this one, please let me know what you thought down below. Try and keep it spoiler free for other people reading the comments. But yeah, that is it from me today. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!